Oh, we are blessed. Joining me is our House Republican leader, Kevin McCarthy. Mr. McCarthy, welcome back, sir, as always.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed listening to you. It sounded just like the commitment to America. It went word for word. And you know what the very first thing we have is? On the very first day, we repeal those 87,000 IRS agents, but an economy that's strong. You have to go after inflation. You know, the other thing Ronald Reagan said, he said, we're not in inflation because the people are living well. You're in inflation when government lives well. You were 100% correct. And what's interesting, it wasn't just you, Larry, who warned the Democrats if they spend that $10 trillion, what would happen. Larry Summers told them that. Steve Ratner calls it the original sin of inflation, that American Rescue Plan that only Democrats voted for, the $2 trillion. And then the other thing that just kills me, they just keep doubling down. And to listen to the president, President Biden can never say America first, can he? He's not worried about America, he's worried about the world. Well, you know what? He should start paying attention here. If he's worried about the world, it really shows. That's why he let Saudi Arabia and Russia dictate our foreign policy, but dictate, why would we be dependent on anybody? We could become energy independent, but think long term. Why wouldn't we make the rest of the world dependent upon us, dependent on our natural gas? Because the rest of the world would be a safer place. Our economy would be stronger. I just don't understand him.
So let's look at this. The commitment to America lays it out. The themes are all there, as you say, as I've said before, and have been supportive of this. Kevin, here's the question. If you come in, all right, I know it's not over. It's got 22 days left or whatever, but
yes,
it looks good. The numbers are moving in your direction. Can you put together right away, whatever you convene, January 3rd and so forth, can you rescind the spending? Can you rescind the taxes? Can you rescind the regulations? Can you rescind the IRS agents? And so forth and so on. Because I think now, I know Biden is going to want to use the veto pen unless he has some, miraculous epiphany of some sort. I don't know, Bill Clinton did years ago, but I don't think Joe Biden is Bill Clinton. But my question is, can you pull together a legislative strategy, a rescission strategy, a regulatory review strategy that will, at the very least, put the heat on the Biden White House? And you'll have I think the voters are going to be behind you. Can you get that going from the get-go?
Yes, not can we will, but it makes a big difference if we have the House and the Senate. So if we have the House and the Senate, we can use the Congressional Review Act. We can go after that regulations that he's proposed in a timeline that created inflation as well. Repeal that with a simple 51. We would have reconciliation, so we can guarantee to put it on his desk. We have the appropriation process as well to go about. Remember, after the '94 revolution, they had to put welfare reform on Clinton's desk 3 times before he signed it. But we're going to start from the very beginning. And the good part here, Larry, is we don't have to start on the first day. We've been working on this for the last year and a half. Our entire conference. That's how we came up with the commitment to America. You know, there's a lot of places you can do to curb inflation. One is the runaway spending. So you got to pull back a lot of that money that's sitting out there to go through. You got to make the country more productive, right? You watch what the Democrats have done where they take away like the child tax credit that you don't have to work. You don't have any ability to go through, accountability there. So we need to encourage people to go back to work. Pulling back the regulations also lowers. Becoming energy independent would lower inflation, but also make our economy stronger. These work requirements that the Democrats have taken away have harmed us long term. Remember when they pay people more to stay home than go back? We need the economy. And then we've got to focus on that supply chain coming back from China to America. That's a solid economic. And remember, lock in those tax cuts that we got that we've got to pass in the next couple of years to make that happen as well.
Elise Stefanik was on the show last week. By the way, she's very good. She's a very talented woman. And she said you all want to make the Trump tax cuts permanent. I saw that. It brought tears to my eyes. It chilled down my spine. You know that. But I think that
you worked so hard on that. But you know what else? When you look at it today, all the things we talked about of what it would do to America, right? All the companies that were leaving America that are now coming back to America. It let us compete on a level playing field. And here, once the Democrats took over, what they want to do? put a minimum tax upon us to let the other countries have competition over us? Well, what is so wrong with America winning again? What is wrong with helping America be strong? The President of the United States should look after America. You know, the presidents of other countries, they look after their country. President Biden has done nothing but harm us from making us more dependent on other countries. And you put a really interesting chart up with all those cost of living increases. What every listener and viewer should actually ask this question: could you afford to give up 1 month of your wages? I'll bet you all of America, 95% would say no. But you know what? That's been taken from you, because 1 month of your wages is 8.3% of your overall yearly salary. Inflation is above that. So you've got just as many bills, but less money to pay for it.
So basically, when people ask, I mean, I get this all the time, will a new GOP Congress, and Kevin, I'm going to assume the House, Rick Scott has said 51, 52 plus. I'm going to assume that. I think the numbers are working very well on that side of the Capitol also. But when people ask, will you be ready to move right away, the answer, I take it, is yes.
We are, because the commitment to America that we give to the American public, look at this. Go to commitmenttoamerica.com. Look at all the different policies. This is our pledge to you. This is what our commitment to you. Hold our feet to the fire. This is what we'll be working on the House. That's why we're prepared on the first day to vote to repeal those 87,000 IRS agents. I think government should be there to help you, not to go after you.
And I'm reading, just as the last point, the numbers going your way, of course, I'm reading that you are, in the last days, putting additional money into what may be surprising GOP victories in blue districts and blue states.
You know, I'm very high on New York. I think the DCCC chair, Sean Patrick Maloney, I think he's going to get retired. Lawler is a very good assemblyman, understands the background. Lori Chavez-DeRemer out in Oregon. I think you're going to be very impressed. The mayor, former mayor of Happy Valley, going through. I think you're going to look at Alan Fung in Rhode Island, Connecticut, Washington State, in Texas. I think you're going to look all along the border. There's going to be 3 Republican Latinas elected: Monica de la Cruz, Mayra Flores, Cassie, as others. This is going to be a new Republican Party when you go through that. It's going to be able to win from one part of America to the other, and it's firmly based on an idea of making an economy that's strong, a nation that is safe, a future that is built on freedom, and a government that is held accountable.
All right. Well, you know what? Couldn't have said it any better myself, and I'm going to leave it right there. Congressman Kevin McCarthy, thanks, sir, for helping us, as always.